All right, so one of the things everybody's been talking about is that Marco Rubio admitted, and even Moses Mike Johnson admitted that Israel said to the U.S., we're going to attack Iran first, and then that's when the U.S. was like, well, I guess we'll attack too, because that means that when they attack, immediately Iran will attack U.S. bases. So, like, we need to get ahead of it, because then somehow we'll lower the death rate if that's what we do. So that is what we were told was the genesis of this. Now, after they said that, within hours, or certainly by the next day, they were trying to clean it all up, and because Trump didn't like how that looked. It made him look weak, made him look like a beta, made him look like a cuck. So he goes out there and, no, actually, if anything, I forced Israel's hand. I was like, Israel, let's do this war. And they were like, no, Mr. President, we don't want it. And I said, we're going to do this war. So he tried to clean it up by saying, no, I actually am the bigger warmonger. I am. I mean, the guy's like literally the mentality of a toddler is what this man has, right? But look, in this article in the Washington Post, listen to this. They say, Netanyahu's determination to initiate hostilities led Trump to believe an Israeli attack was inevitable and that the best course of action was to involve U.S. military power to ensure its success. Now, this is not the first time that this was attempted. In fact, here you have Anthony Blinken, who went on a podcast, and he casually let this slip. I don't even think he realized what he was saying here, or like he realized that this sort of a big deal what he's admitting to. But this is something he's been trying it with every president. Netanyahu's been trying this with every, because he said, I've been yearning for this for 40 years, to do the regime change in Iran, to destroy Iran. I've been yearning for it for 40 years. This is what happened when he tried it on Obama. Ready? Here we go.
Look, this has been a long story when it comes to Iran. And back during the Obama administration, the Israelis were pushing President Obama to take military action against Iran, and were warning that they would do it themselves if he didn't. And he wouldn't, because he thought the better way to get at the nuclear program, which is what we were focused on, was through very muscular diplomacy backed up by very, very strong sanctions that we rallied the world to put in place. And then we got the Iran nuclear agreement.
Obama told Netanyahu to kick rocks. Obama told Netanyahu to fuck off. I tell you this so that you understand, never, ever, ever listen to the false equivalence assholes. Ever. Never, ever, ever listen to they're both the same. Never, ever, ever. I have many criticisms of Democrats, and there's so many ways in which I think they can improve. And I argue for my positions on the show, and I hope they move to where I'm at, right? But they're not the fucking same. They're nowhere near the same. In fact, it was Obama who got us that nuclear agreement. By the way, nobody mentions this. The nuclear agreement fucking worked perfectly, okay? It worked perfectly. It was verified over a dozen times by the International Atomic Energy Agency saying Iran was following this perfectly. All we had to do was get rid of the sanctions and give them back their own money that we stole. There was no problem. The issue was solved. And Trump went in there, and because of his fucking hatred of Obama, he goes, I'm pulling out of this deal. Watch me pull out of this deal. He violated the agreement, which of course was illegal. He violated it. Then he ripped up the agreement, also ruining our name on the global stage, by the way. That was like the beginning of Trump letting the world know you can't trust us for fucking anything. Biden said he would get back in. He did not get back in. Fucking shame on him for that. He's part of the problem there. And then Trump goes in there, and now, the rest is history. The illegal and offensive war, the massive bombings of civilian infrastructure, double digits in terms of hospitals and schools. Just hideous, atrocious. Fucking bombing the oil refinery and making it rain cancerous fucking oil from the sky. Just absolutely horrible. But it was Barack Obama who had this issue solved, and then Trump fucking ruined it. He ruined it. And Trump, according to all the reporting that's come out recently, was genuinely and sincerely played like a motherfucking fiddle. Played like a fiddle by the Israelis. Okay? I think they hit him on both ends, too. They give him a shitload of money, and so he does their bidding. But the other thing is the blackmail they could hold over his head as well, the Epstein blackmail. And if you think that's off the table and that's out of the question, there was Dropside News reporting on how it's a fact that they tried to blackmail Bill Clinton with the Monica Lewinsky stuff. That's a fact. It was Netanyahu who tried to do it, too. Okay? So that's who these people are. That's who they are. But Trump, they were able to fucking manhandle him and dog walk him like the little bitch that he is. But Barack Obama said no. And what else did Barack Obama do? On his way out the door, he allowed the UN to officially condemn the illegal settlements that are expanding in the West Bank. Whereas in the past, U.S. presidents would protect Israel. Obama said, I'm going to have the U.S. abstain, and I'm going to let it pass. I'm going to let the condemnation of the settlements passed. So again, don't give me any both sides bullshit. Don't give me any false equivalence bullshit. You guys know I've been making this argument a lot on the show lately, but I think back all the time to the 2000 election. Al Gore won that race in terms of the popular vote. He won that fucking race. But if he actually got the White House and Florida wasn't fucked up and they didn't rig it against him in Florida, if Al Gore won then, think about how different the world would be. We probably wouldn't have had 9/11 because Bush was warned he didn't do anything. I don't think Al Gore would have done nothing. We wouldn't have had, for sure, we wouldn't have had the war in Iraq. 0% chance. So you wouldn't have torture. You wouldn't have Abu Ghraib. You wouldn't have the beginning of the moral collapse in this country that we've seen speed up in recent years. And even if you say, all right, well, forget 2000. What if it was just 2016 and we got Bernie through? Right? If Bernie was the nominee as opposed to Hillary Clinton, I think Bernie would have beat Donald Trump. We'd be living in a totally motherfucking different world right now, dog. Totally different world. And I'm even arguing, even if you just say, like the regular schmegular Democrats, like the nothing special centristy Democrats, even if it was just them and never the Republicans, what do Republicans always do when they get power? Always. Massive stock market crash and recession and job loss and start a war in the Middle East. It is a fucking tale as old as time. That's what they do. That's all they know how to do. Start more war, destroy the economy, and cut taxes for the rich. That's it. That's all they do. And all the Democratic presidents, while they have downsides, and while they've made decisions from time to time that I, of course, disagree with, and vehemently in many instances, you cannot tell me that the shit would be exactly the same. I have no motherfucking doubt that if Kamala Harris was in there right now, she wouldn't have murdered 130 fucking fishermen in the Caribbean on a whim. She wouldn't have done that. It just wouldn't have happened. There's a 0% chance she would have done that. There's no way. She said hawkish things about Iran every now and then. There is a 0% chance we'd be in this motherfucking deep with this illegal and offensive war, destroying everything. Collapsing the stock market, skyrocketing gas prices, bombing elementary schools, right? Like, are you kidding me? There is 0% chance that would happen. You know, there wouldn't be a CCOT. We wouldn't be sending people to CCOT. CCOT would exist because it's El Salvador's, but we wouldn't be sending our people to CCOT as we did. We wouldn't be building 23 fucking concentration camps. We wouldn't be abducting Maduro in the middle of the fucking night and stealing all of Venezuela's oil. Would Kamala Harris open up a private bank account in Qatar and steal the oil from Venezuela and sell it and put the money in her own account? Would Kamala Harris be shaking down the American taxpayer to the tune of $10 billion for a fake board of peace that she created? Would Kamala Harris be suing the IRS for $10 billion? Suing her own IRS for that? Would that be happening? Let's not fucking kid ourselves, okay? So I love all these big brave boys out there who are like, that's it, I'm out, I'm not supporting Trump anymore. Oh, what a big brave boy you are, you're not supporting Trump anymore. Congratulations on coming to the conclusion you should have fucking come to in 2016, okay? No, say the opposite. Say you're gonna vote Democrat. Do it. If fucking Nick Fuentes can do it, and Nick Fuentes can say it, the rest of you got no motherfucking excuse. If he could do it, if he could say it, the rest of you got no excuse whatsoever. Zero. And now you know, and a lot of these right-wingers, they fuck for maybe not the best reasons. They hate Israel. Not for the same reasons you and I hate it. For other reasons, they hate Israel. Well, here you go. Here's what Barack Obama did when Netanyahu tried to dog walk him into an illegal and offensive war. He said, fuck off. That's what he did. So obviously it's doable. You just need to have the people of the proper character in there to do it. And apparently, none of the fucking Republicans are. Okay? So, kind of a big deal to me. And it's a real eye-opener for people, right? When you see how different things could be. It's a real eye-opener for people. And I hope they adjust accordingly. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you all very much. You guys know the drill. Everybody do me a big favor. Please click like, click subscribe, click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. I would deeply, deeply appreciate that. You could also support the show on Patreon, support Crystal, Kyle, and Friends on Substack, and go sub to the Corn's World YouTube channel where we do live Kyle and Corn episodes. Remember, y'all, this is real independent media, and so I'm reliant on you guys through small dollar donations, supporting on Patreon or tipping on YouTube. And thank you guys for all the support. I could not do it without you. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.